What's up, everybody? Welcome to back to the tavern. I'm Spencer,
And I'm Eli.
and this is a looming hurricane episode of Bardic Blunders. I apologize for the little
Uh,
pause there. I hit the button to start the stream, and nothing happened, and I hit it again, and then it worked. So that's why I was a little discombobulated. But anyways, uh,
yeah. You know what's really funny? You make the comment about the having the boards over the windows. Our original background had windows in it.
right.
Wait, there's a window. Wait, is that a window? That might not be a window. In the back left.
It's way in the back. It's hard to tell. But yes, we are currently bunkered down and ready to eat a Cat 3 hurricane to the face. You know,
Which is really funny. We have another Discord channel which is just us and a few other people, and one of our old friends who does not live in um Florida anymore was like, "Hey everyone, I hope everything's okay. Let me know you're alive." And then Spencer over here is like, "Don't worry, I'll be fighting the hurricane." My response was, "Ha ha ha, cracked out 2v1." And then Spencer posted Jujutsu Kaisen meme.
it's the main character and the guy in the
One of
spotted suit
instructors. Yeah, just beating the crap
beating the
out of
piss out of some other guy that was like me and Eli fighting the hurricane. We got this, guys.
We're gonna fight it. We're gonna go out to St. Pete Beach and just start punching the air.
That would be the most fantastic video to be like, this is the last moments of their life captured on film. And it's just the two of us like throwing punches and kicks like dumbasses at a hurricane before we get sucked up and thrown 300 feet into the air.
Kicking the water.
Yeah, right. What's up, Razor Bolt? Stand there like the Rock with our hand out before we get plastered by a 20-foot wave. Oh my gosh.
That would actually be really funny. I wish we would be able to do that. I wish we had the time to go out there and film a video.
Dude, if I was actually like a huge YouTuber, no lie, I would not even regret that. Like, go hit the hurricane of the Street Fighter combo. I'm gonna freaking Shoryuken the hurricane. Oh my gosh. I'd be willing to die for the content. Why not?
Right, I'd be there for it. Who do we make hold the camera?
I don't know.
Who's dumb enough to go out there with us, out of our friends?
Probably nobody.
Everybody else is running away from the hurricane. We're running towards
it. Yeah. Oh man.
Blasting I Need a Hero.
I need a hero. I'm holding up for a hero to the end of the night.
All the windows rolled down, blaring it at max volume. Ah, God. We're fucking idiots.
And then after we get sucked up by the hurricane, we gotta be blessed and careless whispers. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Oh boy.
We've been friends for a very long time. We're too in sync with our music choices.
Funny thing is, I have neither of those songs saved on my playlists.
I have both of those songs saved on mine. I've
Oh
actually
boy.
been listening to a lot of different music here lately.
I just put together my Halloween playlists because I hadn't downloaded it up to this point because obviously I only play it during Halloween. Uh, but I've always been like, man,
Scary
my Halloween
skeleton.
playlist is so short. It's like it doesn't
There's
last
not.
me long enough.
It's just not great Halloween music.
There's not a lot of popular Halloween music that is that great. Yeah. However, I will say I found a punk band called Zombina and the Skeletons, and I gotta admit, uh, got some pretty nice bops in their catalog. They got some bad ones too. Like, admittedly, where I just like click in, I'm like, ooh, this is not good. But there's one of them. My favorite one that I've listened to from them is called Zombie Hop. And I mean that one feels a little bit less punk than some of their other ones. I say a little bit. It's a lot of bit less punk than some of their other ones, but um, it's still fun. Um, and yeah, I've ended up finding a lot of weird, off the wall music to add to my Halloween playlist. I had the witch. So I have the witch doctor. The I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. You know that one.
Mm,
I was
yeah.
I was playing that. That's part of my Halloween playlist. And one of the guys at work last night goes, "That's not very Halloween like." I'm like, "What are you talking about? He's singing about a witch doctor. Of course it's Halloween like." What, you want me to just exclusively play like Friday the 13th music? Not everything
Um,
has to be creepy for Halloween.
what's the song from that Disney princess movie? Princess and the Frog.
I got friends on the
And
other
on the other
side.
side.
He's got friends on the other
The other
side.
side.
That is also on my Halloween playlist.
Mm.
I really like that one actually.
I actually really liked
For
that movie. That was a
for
very good movie.
for anyone who's unaware, that song is sung by the Arbiter. That's Keith David that sings that song.
I didn't know he had such good vocal range.
Yeah, dude, he's fantastic. Um, yeah, I love Dr. Facilier is probably my favorite Disney villain.
Yeah, because he has like no rhyme or reason to be a villain either. It's the funniest part. He's just a bad guy to be a bad guy.
Well, I mean, he has to please the spirits that give him the powers, but you know, it basically turns him into a scam artist.
Man.
Oh boy. But yeah,
So,
oh,
everyone who doesn't know, we are getting hit by a hurricane. We are prepared. We are safe. Um,
well, as
no
safe as
need
one
to,
can be
during a Cat 3
when
hurricane.
a hurricane is barreling directly towards us. It was getting a little scary there for a minute when it was saying like, "Oh, this." it so for anybody who's not in Florida and so obviously haven't been
Or
tracking the storm,
hurricane of hurricane affected regions who would track the storm.
right? Um, this storm got up to a near record 187 mile per hour wind speed. The record for an Atlantic Basin hurricane is 190. So yeah, pretty freaking scary. Luckily, it is slowed all the way down back to a Cat 3. Still gonna be devastating, but not nearly as bad as if it had made landfall as the absolute behemoth that it was out in the bay. Um, so yeah, there was a lot of scared people. There's still a bunch of evacuation zones. Like, you cannot be in the city of Tampa right now.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately. They made people evacuate, and if you are there, you're probably not going to be there after tomorrow.
I mean, I will say this though. I'm looking at the aerial photos of it. Looks beautiful.
Did
from
you see the
space.
photo from space? Yeah, that the photo from space is fantastic of the actual astronaut. The
Oh, I
astronaut who
haven't seen
took the
that
picture.
one, but
There's a guy on the
dude, but it
ISS who
looks
took a
pretty.
picture out the window of the ISS, and
ISS picture of Hurricane Milton. Images. Dude, that's so pretty. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but it is super pretty.
I mean, it's one of those hauntingly beautiful kind of things. I popped it up on stream.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can see the swirls of the cloud. You can see exactly where the eye is. Yeah, it's undoubtedly a cool image, but it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, the state of Florida is under there somewhere.
Yeah. If my hurricane tracker would load, that would be nice.
But yeah, we got ourselves all prepared. Believe it or not, most likely won't be a stream tomorrow. My job is closed, which it took them until late today to officially close. Although I informed one of my managers last night I would not come in if they said they were open. Because, duh. I'm not driving through a hurricane to get to work. But,
yeah, I was supposed to, stream yesterday, but I got so wrapped up in hurricane stuff. It is still a Cat 5 right now, but that's... I'm pulling up the...
It's supposed
the
to...
max winds are only hitting 165. It's not as bad as it was.
It slowed down significantly, and it's catching that wind shear that's supposed to slow it down more. It's also supposed... The eye's supposed to collapse more. It already did collapse once and No, it collapsed and reformed twice today.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to do it one more time. So yeah, it's
I want to okay, Nora.
It's interesting.
You're gonna be a bitch. There's another hurricane that just formed too.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out where it is.
I knew there was two more kind of sitting out in the Gulf.
There's one on the other side of Mexico that looks like it's gonna drop off and not become a hurricane, but there's one barreling towards Miami right now.
Yep. Yeah. Two of the three biggest cities in Florida are going to get absolutely slobber knocked by hurricanes in like back-to-back weeks.
I just got another evac notice for all of for A and B, which is not us.
Nope. What zone are we? Don't say that. Never mind. Don't say that. I just realized that could like pinpoint us. Text. Well, no, I don't have my phone's on the charger. Well, shoot. We'll talk about it after stream.
I'll pull it up on.
But anyways, yeah, just throw up some prayers for us. Throw up some prayers for Tampa.
Yeah.
Anybody living in Tampa.
I'm trying to. I'm checking to see, like, what zone, how big of a zone we are. Oh, we're actually not in an evacuation zone for this.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think so because you know,
We're far enough inland.
yeah.
You know who is in an evacuation zone?
Who?
Finn and Tyler.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh.
Um,
I need to message them then and see.
I'm trying to figure out what zone they're in evac wise.
Jeez.
I wish I could make this map bigger. Finn is in D, but D is also massive. D spans from the bottom of Hillsborough County all the way to the top.
Oh, okay.
And then I think Tyler's in E. He might also be in D. But no one's in A right now. No one that we know of is in A or B. Well, other than like coworkers. Yep.
Interesting.
Oh.
Anyways.
There's a whole thing I can click on that. Okay, I can make the map bigger. I'm just dumb.
Good job. Let's go ahead and hop over to Halo.
Okay. Don't want to talk about us dying.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we've really all said all we need to about the hurricane.
Yeah.
But yeah, Halo. So for anybody who hasn't seen, there's some big updates for Halo. First of all, the Halo team has been reworked in a way. They got rid of some of the leaders of the Halo Infinite development team. They hold on. Halo Studios. Not jobs. I mean, that'd be fantastic, but I just want to get a list of all the changes they've made.
Can we stop hitting the wrong button anyway?
No. Suffer.
Oh, hey, I actually kind of do want to look at the jobs.
Oh, yeah, you go ahead with that. No, that's all about Unreal Engine 5. Whatever. Anyways, Halo has moved to Unreal Engine 5. They have dumped the Slipspace engine, which means the Slipspace engine leaves its life, ends its life, rather, with one game under its belt, Halo Infinite. And it's not exactly a stunning product to be the shining example of what you've done. So they dumped the Slipspace engine, they moved to Unreal Engine, which so many things are, because Unreal Engine is leading the industry right now. That's a great question, Bug. I don't know why he continues to leave the eggplant emoji. It's very weird. But sorry.
I love hearing you get so twisted off course.
Oh gosh, that was. Anyways, so, well, I'm been derailed by a random pain that I just suffered. That's distracted me. I was talking about Unreal Engine. They're moving to Unreal Engine, which alleviates the problem we talked about before, that developers aren't going to have to come in and try and learn the Slipspace engine in most of their contract. They can just come in and work on the game.
Yeah.
Physics was no worse by any means. The grappling worked fine.
That is one thing I will give them credit for. The grappling did work very well.
Yes, and the thing is, Slipspace as an engine isn't it's not fundamentally flawed. The issue with Slipspace is they did have to keep making tweaks to it, because you do anytime you make your own engine to run your game. Now, I will throw a massive counter argument to anybody saying it's stupid that they tried to do that. Pirate Software has said himself, if you need to make a game engine to get your game to function, then that should be your first priority. Making the game engine that game can actually function the way you want it to in.
Yeah.
So that idea is not bad. The problem with it is they continued to bring people in. Microsoft only allows them 18-month contracts, so they'd have to bring somebody in, spend a bunch of time teaching them the slip space engine. Then they get to work on the game for like 4 months, and then they're gone. And they have to do the whole thing over again. The benefit with Unreal Engine 5, they didn't specify 5. It will probably be 5. It might be 4 because 5 has had some issues recently, but the benefit with moving to that is not just, yes, it's a lot wider used. There's so many things you can do with Unreal Engine. It looks beautiful. But the biggest boon is not having to spend so much of somebody's contract teaching them Unreal Engine. You say, hey, we hire you if you know Unreal Engine, and then you get to work on this thing for 18 months, which actually is a decent amount of time, unlike 4 months. You know, it's just going to be so much better for Halo to run on Unreal Engine. They've also rebranded 343 Studios is dead. Cue the applause. They have rebranded to Halo Studios. They are no longer 343. They abandoned that moniker mostly because everything associated with it is negative. The most positive thing that's happened under 343 is Master Chief Collection, and even then that's had some problems, and it's also
it had a lot of problems in the beginning,
right?
But as soon as they fixed the kinks in it, it actually worked really well.
It has had problems recently too.
Yeah,
it's not a new company bug. That's what I was saying. They've rebranded, but they're shedding that moniker because of how negative everything is. Nobody's ever going to look at something associated with 343 positively because of how bad it got. The benefit with doing that is they didn't just rebrand and they're running with the same team. They do have a lot of the same developers, but the people leading the project got rid of them. They got rid of the people who led Halo Infinite's development, which was absolutely necessary because that game was bad. In no uncertain terms, that game was bad. Not as bad as Halo 4, Halo 5, but still bad. Now, yes, that is right. Making old content made by other people available is great. I have a certain level of confidence that the next Halo will actually be good, and it will be a return to form for the franchise. You're seeing for the first time in forever actual excitement for Halo.
Yeah.
Because they did the right things. They dumped the slip space engine. They dumped the people who botched Halo Infinite. They've done a lot of good things. Now, am I jumping in like, oh, they're going to make a game that's like Halo CE, that's like 2 or 3 or Reach? No. No, absolutely not. I don't think they're going to come close to those heights, especially not with the first release in this new era of Halo, quote unquote.
I will also say that this is something me as a Halo fan would love to see. I would like to see them step away from Master Chief.
Yes. It's time to retire the Chief.
I hate to say it, I love the Master Chief, I love the character, but in today's day and age, Master Chief has ran his course. Let him die before he becomes the villain.
Oh, I'm not saying they're going to remake Reach. I'm saying they're not going to reach the same heights. That they're going to be making Halo 7. That's, well, I mean, obviously that's a working title. They'll probably come up with some other, like Halo ball fart or something like that. Like whatever. They'll come up with.
Honestly, I think I would love to see them do a Halo game where instead of like playing as like a specific Spartan, you play as your Spartan, like they did in Halo Reach.
That, yes.
I think that would go over really well with the community.
That would work. That would work well. I think people would like that.
And then the co-op for it is, okay, you're just in a Spartan fire team of 4 people.
Yeah.
I think that would go over very well.
Right. And that's exactly true, too. That they're not going to say 7 because that large of a number intimidates people and makes them think, oh, man, I have to play the other ones before I can play this one. And so, yeah, they'll name it something else. Halo
Survivors or something stupid like
that. Halo 3 2 Electric Boogaloo.
That'd be really funny.
What if they went really avant-garde for the next Halo game and they did do something like
Halo the shit show?
Yeah, some real dumb, like I can't even bring myself to say the brain rot terms, but
Halo the Rizmaster, the Rizzler returns.
Baldur's Gate 3 was good enough to avoid that curse, but BG3 is what? Oh yeah, 100%. It's the exception, like the Mongols. It's such a stupid. There's no way anybody in chat gets that joke. Those videos are like 12 years old.
I know.
Oh my gosh. If anybody wants to understand that joke, look up the... Oh, what was the channel? It's John Green.
Yeah. Isn't like John Green History of the World?
No, it's world history, but they've got a channel name. Like it's under the channel name. John Green World History. Crash Course.
Yeah.
Crash Course. It was John Green who did just, wow, I was on point. That was 12 years ago.
Because we watched those in high school.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Oh gosh. World history in high school was 10 years ago. Oh gosh.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Oh no. Anyways. Oh, you're 1% related to Genghis Khan. There's quite a lot of people who are also in that same boat. But
I have a coworker who's like 40%, but he's also from Mongolia.
That would explain why.
Yeah. I called him Fez for the longest time because he's a foreign exchange student.
Oh, okay.
But he's trying to get his green card right now.
But just to clarify, the joke I was making from Crash Course is basically there's universal rules established in world history, and very consistently, the only exception to those rules are the Mongols. Nobody
Hey,
invades Russia except the Mongols.
don't invade Russia during the winter. You will lose, unless you're the Mongols.
There was so many other. What was it? Don't.
Don't attack China, unless you're the Mongols.
Yeah, and don't expand your empire across a large land area unless you're the
Yeah.
Mongols.
And then,
We're the exception. But anyways, that was off topic. I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel better about Halo than I did a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. But I can't say I'm on the hype train. Halo's back. We're gonna take a like I can't say something like that.
no, I won't believe it until I see it.
Exactly. They have to prove to me that they can develop a game that is quality before I'm willing to trust them again.
Yeah.
And recent track record does not show they're capable of that. I 100% agree with you that they need to step away from the Master Chief. Not just because now you've had 3 games in a row centered around the Master Chief, and you've previously had Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, that did not involve him in the slightest, that are both fantastic games. And they need to do something like that that's, a Spartan team.
I want to say this. I want to say this again. Just because I know people are going to make the comments. First off, I remember when Halo 3 ODST came out and everybody shit on it because you didn't play Master Chief.
Right.
I said the game was great.
Now everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it now. And I'm like, they're like, oh, we never hated it. Yes, you did. I remember.
Happens a lot. Happens a lot. People are starting to come around on Dark Souls 2, and it's funny because, what was the? Oh, that was the meme I was trying to think of. The Aslan from Narnia. Do not recite the old magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. I always feel like that when an old game or something I liked for a long time that has been typically just trashed upon by general audiences finally comes back around and people actually like it. I sit there like, no, you're not a true fan. You have no idea what I've been through.
Man.
There's also oh, go ahead.
Dude, here lately I've just been in this like super nostalgic time where it's like, man, I miss when we were in high school and just kind of messed around, did nothing.
I've had that. I've had it come in phases, where there's times when I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, that's what I had a dream not too long ago about us being in high school, and no joke, for the first time ever, I woke up in a cold sweat like, oh crap, I'm gonna be late to class. And looked around and had that moment of, oh, that was a dream. That wasn't real. Wow, that felt really real. Why did that feel so real? So most of my other dreams don't feel real. I wake up and it's like, oh yeah, that was a dream. That one didn't feel like a dream. Oh.
Yeah.
I had one of those moments when I saw somebody that we went to school with that I didn't really talk to out in public. And I looked at them and I went, "Oh, that's so-and-so." And they looked at me and I could tell that they didn't recognize me. Just because nobody recognizes me.
For some reason, people recognize me for no reason at all.
I used to work... Well, you had a reputation. You had a reputation in our class of being like, "Oh, yeah, that's Eli."
We don't...
Don't mess with Eli.
We don't associate with Eli.
But I didn't have that kind of reputation. I played on the football team, and people didn't know I played on the football team. I used to be a cashier at a different job. And I had 50 people from our graduating class come through that line and not recognize me. I've stopped saying hey to people that went to school with us because the number of times I've done that and they've gone, "Who are you?" They totally don't recognize me. I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah.
Who cares?
No, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
The problem with growing up.
There's a lot of problems with growing up. Well, okay. I'm growing old, but I'll never grow up.
That's for damn sure.
Absolutely not. I will remain a child at heart for my entire life. What, you want a funny joke? Let me go eat Taco Bell and then rip one and laugh at it. At age 85.
The good old pull my finger at age 85.
Yeah, except at that point it's like pull my finger off. Ah, I got you. Now can I have that back? I've got a limited time to sew it back on. Freaking 5-year-old's like crying. Oh boy.
Man.
Gets them every time. If only they knew about the necrosis in my hands, maybe they wouldn't be so free.
Oh, so I watched an anime that really got to me.
Okay.
Let me
What's
go.
up, Pizza Pie? Yes, the Cat 5 is near. Although it won't be a Cat 5 when it hits us. Still a little scary.
Cat 3. It is Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Okay.
It's about Germany during World War One.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, except there's magic.
Oh, I've seen pictures from this.
The angry little girl, yeah. Dude, it made me want to invade France. And that's not a joke. I was like, man, fuck those French guys.
Oh my gosh, that's gotta get clipped. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Whew, finally come to the bright side, have you? On the right side of history. Oh my gosh, dude. Made me want to invade France.
Dude, no joke. I was like, oh man. It's like they fight Finnish people. And I'm like, yeah, fuck those guys. Poland, let's go commit war crimes. Oh, England's
grief.
getting involved? Oh, they're magic guys ride around on brooms? I bet those are right up their fucking assholes, those goddamn Brits.
Okay, you gotta be careful, bud. I know we're talking about an anime, but I mean, everybody hates the British, but
But yeah, dude, I watched it. I was like, and they make a reference to a specific person that I won't bring up on here because of this will probably get taken down.
is it the big H man?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
because
fantastic. Fantastic thing to call him. Me.
it because the guy. So it's about Tanya, who basically is a dude, a corporate worker who gets isekai'd into this world, and he's trying to fight God. So it's really funny.
Oh boy.
Like my favorite part is when the equivalent of or one of the countries marches on the empire, which is basically Germany, and they send their mages out and they start laying into these guys, like hitting them with magic, and the enemy's like, man, form your lines, and they line up like in the columns,
Mm-hmm.
in the firing columns for wars. Like before World War One, you didn't really have like, it was all like you stand in lines and shoot at each other.
Right. Well,
So
you had instances of guerrilla warfare like the Revolutionary War, but
it wasn't as common.
yeah.
But
Well, and the Civil
and
War
it
was really
wasn't
the first large-scale
squad-based.
combat that was not treated the same.
Yeah. Leave it to Americans to modernize warfare every single time.
Of course.
But they're doing their lineups and they're like, oh, they're just sitting ducks. Man, this is sad. And Tanya's like, it looks like they haven't caught up to us yet. Leave them to the bombers. We're gonna go destroy their command outpost.
I'd like to point out that Gore popped into the chat after I said nobody likes British people. He said, "What did I do wrong? Ignore all the things the Empire did."
I mean, if they could season their foods, it would be worthwhile, but they can't even do that.
Yeah, exactly. You went on a world conquest to find seasonings, decided you didn't like any, and went back and just kept using salt
And boiling things.
and boiling things that don't need to be boiled. Who puts beans on toast? Like, what is with England's food?
At least we have flavor here in America.
Yeah, exactly. At least if I'm eating beans with my toast, I'm eating frickin' a big slab of pork ribs. covered in barbecue sauce and the baked beans that are possibly having the toast dipped in them. You know, it doesn't look like a culinary suicide note. In game. I don't know if that'll protect me from YouTube's wrath. But...
Dude, I feel like an old man. Yeah, this is so funny, just making fun of England.
Eggs don't need to be boiled. You can boil them and they're fine, but you can fry them. You can
Bake them.
I was gonna say, Eli, you know about eggs. You're the cook.
Yeah. You can fry them. You can whisk them. You can bake them.
You can shove it up your ass.
Exactly. You can soft boil them. You can hard boil them.
Those are both boiled.
You can wrap them in meat and deep fry them.
You can devil them.
That... And then the funniest part of that, Spencer, is I don't call deviled eggs, I just call them evil eggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because I think it's funnier.
I love deviled eggs.
Oh, they're so good.
Thank you, Razor Bolt. Deviled eggs, absolutely. Razor Bolt. Deviled eggs are probably my favorite form of egg. Like, just being real. I love...
Hey, you don't like mayonnaise. That's okay.
What do you mean?
Well, that's what whisked eggs make, is mayonnaise.
Oh, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I am fine with mayonnaise. I just don't voluntarily put it on sandwiches. If I'm making myself a sandwich, I'm not going to put mayo on it. But if I'm going to eat somewhere and the mayo just comes on the sandwich, I'm not going to specifically request it without it. Unless I'm in a state of like, okay, yeah, we're trying to cut calories. Then that's different because mayo is
calories.
Very high in calories. But if not, then I'm like, yeah, just throw some mayo on there. Who cares? I mean, case in point, I love egg salad. Like, egg salad sandwiches are freaking delicious.
Dude, I'm exhausted. I am so bloody tired.
I'm mentally exhausted. Because
I did a lot of physical work today.
That's fair. I did do a decent amount of physical work today, but...
You don't look like a skeleton.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this deal, like this whole hurricane, where it's like, the hurricane's coming, the hurricane's coming, the hurricane's coming. It's just like being dragged behind a boat that's moving slightly fast enough. So it's like, it's not like you're just bouncing along the water, but it's also not like the boat's stopped, so you're just sitting there.
You're just getting dragged along.
It's dragging you fast enough where it's causing some discomfort, but it's just like, by the time this is going to be over, I'm going to be like, thank goodness this hurricane's gone.
Thank God I could go back to work.
I can stop thinking, like, constantly checking, oh, how's the hurricane looking? What's the updates, you know? I've watched the news for the first time in like 5 years. I never watch network news. If I need to know something, I go look it up. I find my own sources for it because I don't trust the news that gets broadcast on TV to give me all the information. So I go and look up my own stuff. For the first time in so long, I've watched the news because they're like, hey, this is what's happening with the hurricane. And that's the most reliable way to figure it out. I hate it here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I do also just absolutely love how everybody is crying and complaining about this hurricane.
Well, to a certain extent, I understand it this time because, every other time, like when freaking Helene was coming through and it was clear we weren't going to take a direct hit, everybody's buying up. I need 10 cases of water. I need 4 things of freaking giant toilet paper and paper towels. I need a generator. I need this and that and blah 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 blah. It was like that's so stupid. It's so stupid. Why do you need 200 rolls of toilet paper? Like that. That's a lot of ass wipe, man. How many people are you harboring in your house?
Dude, I have 4 cases of water and 10 gallons of gas for my generator. That's all I need.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I understand that. Like, oh, hey, we need a couple cases of water. When you're buying enough water to give the entire Tampa Bay area a bottle, you need to reel it back. And not to mention, if you're taking that many dumps, stop eating so much Taco Bell. Like, fix your diet, man. If you need that much toilet paper, you've got something seriously wrong.
Dude, I have, I think it's 24 things of, instant ramen. I have a bunch of beef jerky. I got a case of water for me. Everyone in my house has a case of water.
Oh,
and I'm just
I should have gotten ramen. I didn't think about ramen.
And I'm like, if worst comes to worst, I know how to boil water. It isn't going to affect me that much.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's exactly, I've got 6 gallons of water and then a whole 40 case of water.
Yeah.
Between me and my grandmother, yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine when it comes to water. Our concern, which I actually do have to remember to fill up the bathtubs tonight, or tomorrow morning. Our concern is water and
losing water.
Power.
Yeah, losing water will suck.
Losing water is so much worse than losing power.
Yeah.
I got
but
just a couple weeks ago they were trying to fix some water, and they had to shut off the water without warning 4 times throughout the week.
Yeah,
Eli, I had to wash my hair before work one day with the jug of water that I was taking to work to drink. Because they shut off the water. But at the same time,
I know how to distill water and get it clean enough to drink. If it gets to that point, though, I don't think there's going to be much of Tampa left.
I was going to say, the number of things that I've said, oh, if that happens, then we have, my grandmother was concerned about small items being on the table in the kitchen, which is in the heart of the house. There's no windows in the kitchen. The kitchen is far away from any windows. It's really in the middle of the house. And she was like, we need to take all the items off the tables and everything. And I'm like, listen, if that becomes a problem, we have so much bigger problems to deal with.
We are more worried about the roof being gone. I was going to say,
at that point, the roof is gone. We're worrying about losing the walls. We might not be even alive to deal with that issue. We're good. We're good.
Look, see, the other thing is, Florida, because we are the hurricane capital of the world.
Yep.
We have to build houses differently here, which is basically everything gets anchored to the ground. So your roof is anchored to the ground,
Right.
which makes no sense if you're like in Tornado Alley. Because you'd much rather lose your roof than lose your whole house.
Exactly.
But here it's like, no, you need the roof down because if you lose the roof, you're losing the house anyway.
Same in
And they
Louisiana.
built,
Yeah, pretty much
yeah,
anywhere that hurricanes can hit and hit frequently, they build like this. It's the same thing with the skyscrapers. If anybody is aware of how skyscrapers work, they aren't built like solid. They have to sway a little bit because you get to the top of a skyscraper, wind is doesn't have things to break it up like it does down on
yeah.
the ground. So you have to build these buildings to sway. In Florida, they have to sway even more than in other places, which is why you get examples like when the hurricane hit New York, where it kind of just decimated the city because those buildings aren't meant to sway as much as the ones down here.
Dude, I remember photos of the subway system in New York
Oh,
being flooded. And I was like, that's like an entire city underground
yep.
that's completely flooded. And I'm like, ew, I don't want to go to New York ever.
Can you imagine getting stuck in the subway?
Oh, no, no, I don't want, no.
Oh, gosh. That'd be like Bioshock.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, the only thing I think it really did for New York is wipe out a good chunk of the rat population.
Yeah, probably. Uh, a second hurricane has hit. Yeah, there's two more. Behind this one, Hurricane Milton, there's two more just sitting in the Gulf.
Getting ready.
Yeah.
There's also another one forming to hit just Miami, which I find even funnier.
It's gonna hit Miami and stop.
Yeah, it's just like, nah, I'm good. We've hit every major city in Florida except for Jacksonville. But who cares about Jacksonville? Tallahassee's gone. Tampa's gone. Miami, it's time for you
Half
to
of
go.
freaking North Carolina is gone, dude. There's
Yeah, because it's not built right for hurricanes.
yeah, there's a little town. There's a place in North Carolina called Chimney Rock. That's like a national park, and it's called Chimney Rock because there's a giant rock that sticks out of the mountain that looks like the mountain has a chimney. There is a town. Correction. There was a town at the foot of that mountain called Asheville that no longer exists. Me and
Yeah.
my family went there just a few years ago, and it doesn't exist anymore. That if you look up images of that town, it's rubble in a river.
Yeah.
This is how I felt in 2020 when we got hit by so many hurricanes that we got to the Greek alphabet for names. Yeah, can you imagine 2004 when three hurricanes ran over Orlando within a matter of days of one another?
Dude, that was
The-
that was right before we moved down here.
I was already down here. I was born here. Charlie was the one that affected my family the worst. I don't remember the other two. But literally,
we came down here right after the hurricane because we got rained out because we were supposed to come out earlier. One of the hurricanes went into deep into Mississippi, and we got rained out and had to push our move date back, and then came down after the hurricane had cleared.
okay. Yeah, no, just three hurricanes all at once. It was like a three-piece chicken McNugget combo right on freaking Orlando's doorstep.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 down for the count.
Yes, I have heard a lot of stuff saying this is all due to climate change, and
I've
I don't.
okay, so there's two things that I'm like, there's half of the people saying climate change and the other half of the people saying the government made this hurricane, and I'm sitting here like, it's a storm. Storms
Yes,
happen.
the Gulf is extremely warm, but
Yes.
that is not uncommon for this time of year.
Right. Now,
It
I
is
mean,
actually
it's a little bit late.
it's late for hurricanes, but normally the Gulf stays warm until November, and then it gets really cold.
Right.
But this is just expected. Okay, we have a warmer summer. We've had warmer summers in the Gulf before. That's not uncommon to us. That's why red tide gets so bad here in Florida.
Exactly.
But blaming it on climate change is like blaming fires on the sun.
That's pretty funny.
It just makes no sense.
Well,
Yes, the Earth is warmer, but the Earth goes through phases because
we're
okay.
we're still bouncing back from the last ice age.
We are on a rock floating around an explosion at 1,000,000 miles an hour while spinning. This explosion is also moving in a massive spiral towards a massive black hole. Space makes no sense.
You ever wonder why we're here?
We are on a.
I mean, like here doing this podcast right now.
I don't really know, man. I think we ran out of topics. But yes,
boy.
we are bouncing back from because we've seen this in Earth's history. We can look through the crust and see like it was extremely warm during the Cretaceous period for no reason at all.
Well, because the Earth just goes through cycles, heating and cooling.
Yeah. We also have 2 moons right now, but nobody's talking about that.
I think that's a little bit overblown because it's just a freaking asteroid. Like we're not gonna have 2 moons in a couple weeks.
No, it's just an asteroid, but they classify it as a moon because it is a satellite.
It's a satellite
in orbit
object.
around.
Right. But
yeah,
this has happened before. They just usually end up flying off within a couple days.
Yeah,
this one's
it's
just supposed
hung
to stick
around
around
a little
bit longer.
Yeah. It'd be cool if we had 2 moons.
It would be really cool.
America needs to go land on that moon, too.
Maybe there's oil on that moon.
Ah, shit. Space colonization.
Space Force in action.
Oh, I actually just recently saw that here soon we're getting ready to launch our first probe to one of I don't remember
Uranus?
what moon it is off of Jupiter. That's just a giant floating ball.
Titan? No,
It might be.
Titan is Saturn's moon, isn't it?
No, Titan is. Ooh, it might be. It's just because they're like, what happens if there's like Leviathans living on that moon? And I was like, I don't want to think about that because it's scary enough.
That's how the biblical end times start. We decide to bring a Leviathan back from a different planet.
Hey guys, look at what I found. Its name is Jimmy.
Yeah. God said there'd be a Leviathan near the end of the world, but he just didn't say where it would be coming from.
Or like the fact that we watched something course correct in space.
Yep.
And now it's making its way towards us. And everyone's like, oh, it's aliens. It's like, no, it's probably not fucking aliens. Or like, oh, did you see the thing in space where it's a giant ring around a sun? It's like, oh, that's a Dyson sphere. No, it's not a fucking Dyson sphere. It's probably something else.
Right.
Space is weird. So is the ocean. That's why I don't want to go looking in either of those places. So I would love to go visit the moon. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be nice.
Like, what is the Starfield? One of the first things I did is I went to the moon.
And? Was it everything you dreamed?
No, it wasn't. I wanted to go see the Apollo landing site, and it wasn't in the game.
Play Moonbase Alpha.
Everything I wanted.
Okay.
Oh.
You got your quote?
Oh, fuck.
I guess I'll do mine first this week. In's heart is pure and innocent, but there's nothing more beautiful and terrifying than innocence. That's Concordia from Pokemon Black and White.
Uh, uh, uh. Hold on, I just saw one. I gotta go find it. The scariest moment is always just before you start. Stephen King.
That's a good one. I'll throw out a bonus one that my dad mentioned, talking about waiting for this hurricane. Obviously, to clarify before I say the quote, we're not expecting to die, but it applies. The anticipation of death is worse than death itself.
Yeah.
But as for now, everybody, that's all there is from us. Keep us in your prayers.
We'll make sure to let you guys know after the storm that we are all right.
Yeah, we'll try and update through the storm.
I won't
but
be
if we lose power.
Yeah,
we can't really
we might make it through.
Spend time posting on Discord or something like that. So we'll try and keep everybody updated. But yeah, if anybody else is in the path of this thing, stay safe. I'll be praying for you. And yeah. See you later, everybody.
Peace out.
Tally ho!
We almost messed it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say you started saying peace out.
I went with my normal stream one.
That's my normal stream one.